What if I told you that in Okinawa, Japan, there are 90-year-olds who can climb stairs without holding the railing, garden for hours without back pain, and get up from the floor without using their hands? Meanwhile, in the West, we are told that aches, pains, and a loss of independence are just a normal part of aging. But what if they aren't? What if the decline we accept as normal is actually just a result of missing a few specific movement patterns? Today, we are going to uncover the secrets of the world's longest living people. We are going to look at why walking, while good for you, is simply not enough to stop the aging clock. We will reveal 5 specific movements and habits backed by science and practiced by Japanese elders that can rebuild your balance, restore your joint health, and potentially add years of independence to your life. And you need to stay until the very end, because the #1 movement on our list is something most doctors in the West never test for. Yet it is the single strongest predictor of how long you will live. Let's get one thing straight immediately. Most people over 60 are making a critical mistake. You are told to stay active, so you walk. You walk around the neighborhood, you walk on the treadmill, you count your steps, and while walking is fantastic for your heart and your mood, it has a major flaw. It does not build muscle, and it does not train your fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones that catch you when you trip. According to research from the Journal of Gerontology, after age 60, we lose muscle mass at a rate of up to 3% per year if we don't intervene. But walking is a low-impact rhythmic motion. It doesn't tell your body, hey, we need to keep this muscle. To reverse aging, you need to send a different signal. You need movements that challenge your stability and wake up your nervous system. So, let's dive into the 5 life-changing habits and movements, starting with number 5, the anti-gravity pump. You might know this as the heel raise, but in the context of longevity, it is much more than a calf exercise. In Japan, you will often see seniors doing this while waiting for the bus or cooking dinner. Why? Because your calf muscles are known as your second heart. Every time your heart pumps blood down to your legs, it has to fight gravity to get it back up. As we age, the veins in our legs lose elasticity, leading to swelling, cold feet, and even blood clots. When you perform a heel raise, your calf muscles squeeze the deep veins in your legs, shooting blood back up to your heart and brain. But here is the secret sauce. It's not just about circulation, it's about fall prevention. When you trip, your toes and calves are the first things to push into the ground to stabilize you. If they are weak, you fall. Here is how to do it correctly. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair for balance. Lift your heels as high as possible onto the balls of your feet. Pause at the top for 2 seconds. This pause is critical. Then, lower yourself slowly to a count of 3. Do not just drop down. That slow descent builds the strength you need to control your body. Aim for 20 repetitions a day. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it keeps your second heart pumping strong. Now, let's move to number 4, the hip unlocker. Have you noticed that as people get older, their stride gets shorter? They start to shuffle. This happens because the hip flexors, the muscles that lift your legs, become tight and weak from decades of sitting. When your hips are tight, your lower back has to compensate, leading to that chronic back pain so many seniors suffer from. Japanese culture involves a lot of floor sitting and getting up and down, which keeps the hips mobile. To replicate this without sitting on the floor, we use a movement called the standing hip extension. Stand tall, holding onto a chair. Keep one leg straight and gently swing it backward without arching your back. Squeeze your glute at the back of the movement. This opens up the front of the hip and wakes up the glute muscles, which are the primary stabilizers of your spine. But there is a second part to this, the side leg raise. Walking only moves us forward. But life happens in 360 degrees. We fall sideways, not forward. By lifting your leg out to the side against gravity, you strengthen the gluteus medius. This is the muscle that keeps your pelvis level. If you waddle when you walk, it's because this muscle is weak. Strengthening it is the fastest way to fix your gait and Protect your knees. Coming in at number 3 is a concept that might surprise you, the task-specific brain game. Physical strength is only half the battle. The other half is neurological. A study from the University of Tsukuba found that complex motor planning like learning a new dance step or navigating uneven terrain keeps the brain young. In the more West, we try to safety-proof everything. We walk on flat, paved roads. We take elevators. We remove obstacles. This actually makes our brains lazy. Your brain needs to solve movement puzzles to stay sharp. The exercise here is the tandem walk or the tightrope walk. Find a hallway in your home. Walk placing one foot directly in front of the other, heel to toe, as if you are on a tightrope. Keep your head up and look straight ahead. This forces your proprioceptive system, your body's internal GPS, to recalibrate. If that's too easy, try it while turning your head slowly from side to side. This disrupts your inner ear balance system and forces your brain to work overtime to keep you upright. This is exactly the kind of neurological training that prevents falls in the bathroom or kitchen when you turn quickly. Now we're getting into the heavy hitters. Number 2 is the modified squat, or what the Japanese call the Shiko stance inspiration. You've probably heard that squats are bad for your knees. That is a myth. Bad squats are bad for your knees. But the inability to squat is a one-way ticket to a nursing home. If you cannot squat, you cannot get off the toilet alone. You cannot get out of a deep chair. You lose your independence. In blue zones like Okinawa, the squat is a resting position. We don't expect you to do a full deep squat on day 1. Instead, we use the sit-to-stand protocol. Use a sturdy dining chair. Sit on the edge. Cross your arms over your chest. Stand up fully using only your legs. No hands pushing off the knees. Then, and this is the most important part, sit back down slowly. Do not plop. Control the descent. Why is this better than walking? Because it triggers the release of muscle-building hormones. Your quadriceps and glutes are the largest muscles in the body. When you work them to fatigue, your body releases growth hormone and testosterone, even in your 70s and 80s. This helps burn visceral belly fat and improves insulin sensitivity. Try to do 10 of these every time you watch TV or before you eat lunch. And finally, we arrive at number 1, the single most important predictor of longevity, according to a Brazilian study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. It is the 10-second one-legged stand. The study, which tracked over 1,700 participants aged 51 to 75, found that those who could not stand on one leg for 10 seconds were 84% more likely to die from any cause within the next decade than those who could. Let that sink in. 84%. Why is this simple test so powerful? Because standing on one leg requires every system in your body to work in perfect harmony. Your vision, your inner ear, your brain's processing speed, your muscle strength, and your joint reception all have to align instantly. If one of those systems is failing, you put your foot down. So, how do you train this? You make it a habit, not a workout. We call it the toothbrush test. Every morning and every night when you brush your teeth, stand on one leg. You are already at the sink, so you have something to grab if you wobble. Start with your eyes open. Lift. One foot just an inch off the floor. Aim for 10 seconds. Switch legs. If that becomes easy, the advanced version is to close your eyes. Removing vision forces your body to rely entirely on internal sensors. Be very careful with this one. Have your hands ready on the counter. But we cannot talk about movement without talking about the fuel that makes it possible. You cannot rebuild a crumbling house without new bricks. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein. This is called anabolic resistance. A 30-year-old might eat an egg and build muscle. A 70-year-old might eat that same egg and build nothing. You need more protein, not less, as you age. Japanese diets are rich in fish, soy, and fermented foods. These provide high-quality amino acids. If you want these exercises to work, you must pair them with protein at every meal. Think Greek yogurt, eggs, fish, lean meats, or tofu. And don't forget hydration. Our sense of thirst diminishes with age. Dehydrated muscles cramp and tear. Drink water before you move. There is one more secret component that ties all of this together: consistency over intensity. In the US, we have a weekend warrior mentality. We do nothing all week, then try to hike a mountain on Saturday and get injured. The Japanese approach is different. It is about kaizen, continuous, small improvements. It is better to do these movements for 5 minutes every single day than to do an hour-long gym session once a week. Let's recap your new daily routine for ageless mobility: the anti-gravity pump, 20 heel raises while waiting for your coffee; the hip unlocker, 10 leg swings and side raises while holding the kitchen counter; the tightrope walk, walk down your hallway heel to toe once a day; the sit to stand, do 10 controlled squats from your chair before lunch; the toothbrush test, balance on one leg every time you brush your teeth. This routine takes less than 15 minutes. It requires no equipment. It costs $0, but the payout is priceless. It is the ability to play with your grandchildren on the floor. It is the ability to travel without worrying about stairs. It is the ability to live in your own home on your own terms. Your body is forgiving. It wants to heal. It wants to be strong. It just needs the right signal. Walking is great, but strength and balance are the armor that protects you. Don't wait for a fall to start training your balance. Don't wait for frailty to start building strength. Start today. Pick one of these exercises and do it right now. Prove to yourself that you are not done yet. You are just getting started. If you found value in this video, please share it with someone you care about. We are building a community of people who refuse to let age dictate their potential.